Welcome to the 2025 Marx Max Muscle Invitational. Oh, the prestige. This is, of course, the prejudging. There is 2 videos. I'll be releasing the finals tomorrow. So today we're going to take a look at all of the competitors. Oh, the history behind this event. Austin Rivera. He was your 2023 Marx Max Invitational champion. And just last year, I crowned Trey the Hulk Ballard your champion. So we have had 2 invitationals. This is the 3rd. So without further ado, you guys know what's going on here. We are going to begin with competitor number 1. This is Andre. And he was a competitor last year. It looks like he has improved. Wow, look at the size of those quads. So if you're going to win this competition, you're going to either have to beat this guy or you're going to have to be this guy. So we're starting off with a bang. Now we're going to go through all the 8 mandatory shots with all 12. That's right, there's 12 competitors. Thickness of this guy. So no comparisons today. That will be tomorrow. Now, unfortunately, I am strict on the, we have to have a dark sheet behind you guys. You guys have to hold up that sheet like you seen Andre doing there, Andre the Giant. And how does the back look? The back looks pretty good. This guy means business. Absolutely. So yes, I was stricter on the rules this year. Unfortunately, there was a few gentlemen. Here's the back lat spread. There's a few gentlemen that did not follow the rules, but I'll go ahead and show their routines at the end of this. So if you don't see yourself here, you know you messed up on the rules, regulations. Good back. I don't want to talk over this guy's routine. Andre, he is looking good. 6'2". Imagine being that tall and still being able to fill out your quads. And I'm sure this guy's not lying about his height. I'm sure none of you guys are. Just think of the embarrassment. Somebody sees you in real life and knows you lied about your height. Wow. Thank you very much, Andre, competitor number 1. Now on to competitor number 2. This is Dan. And you'll notice I'm not showing him hold up the sheet. But trust me, each and every one of you did. And if you didn't, well, I'm not going to show your routine. Nice front double biceps pose here on Dan. I show their height too. He's 5'9". Andre was 6'2". Did you see that? Nice hairdo. Does that matter? Not really. I'm taking note of it though. Now he's posing nice and slow here. One gentleman will see he goes a little too slow. Some of yous go a little too fast. I'd like to see those hands down a little bit lower in the front lat spread. But hey, that's just me. Oh, he was going to put one down there. Would like to see a slice more condition on this guy. Maybe a slight layer of water, so to speak. I would suggest, anyway, that Andre might have been in slightly better condition, but this guy's proportions, they are very good. Absolutely. Lower half matches that upper half. And when your legs, they don't match the upper half, that is an onion in the ointment. Of course, if you have a puny upper body, great big giant legs, I can suck too. Just ask Tom Platz. And he didn't have a puny upper body. I'm just saying. Now you'll notice Dan wearing men's open, tiny posing trunks. That's accepted. I do not want long shorts. One guy would not accept because he was wearing shorts. Condition looks okay here. Can see some separation in the hamstrings. You're not going to see IFBB level condition here, folks. A lot of you guys are just natties. I'm not going to open that discussion either. There's no rules in terms of that. This is bodybuilding after all. But proportions, symmetry, flow, muscularity, we're judging all of these things. And Dan, he had the lower lat insertions. He has a solid base. A little more condition, and I'm telling you, this guy could have a serious physique to go on to an actual show and place well. And you never know. Maybe even win an event. So absolutely, Good base here. You're working on it. What I don't like to see is people overworking a certain muscle group when they have a lagging one. That can be rough if you're trying to judge these. Yeah, maybe a little more tightness in the midsection. This guy would be just so. Of course, there is a decent amount of pop and wow to his muscles. You'll notice Dan, his routine takes a little bit longer, but he's not dilly-dallying. He's not hitting the same pose over and over again. I don't like to see that either. See the abs and thighs. See, yeah, a little more separation. Not bad there. And trust me, Dan, you're in better shape than me right now. So, but I'm not going to be all compliments. I will give credit where credit is due, and I will call it like it is. And here's the most muscular. The presentation of Dan was perfect, spot on, and that counts. You can't just stand in front of a camera and go through poses. This guy did an excellent job. Thank you, Dan. Competitor number 3, Valentin. I remember this guy. This guy has competed in all 3 invitationals. Oh, I thought he was going to hit the front double again. Now, see, Valentin, he's onto the side chest already. A little too quick. Was Dan a little too slow? Maybe, but there's no doubt about it. You don't even really have a chance to look at the physique. But of course, Valentin has improved. He is of the Wagner brother persuasion. There's 2 of them. We'll see the other one too. So they use the same locale. Side tricep here. The back looked a little bit petite in comparison. He had the lat insertions, but not much time to look at this guy's physique, to be honest. Abs and thigh. And considering there is a number of competitors, we absolutely are going to break this up into 2 videos. Here's the most muscular to finish this one off. Thank you very much, Valentin. Now roll right along to the next competitor. Competitor number 4, Enoh, 5'6". He's leaner, but he's short. It's an interesting combination. Well, not that short. See the pop in that front lat? Look at the pop on that bicep. Leaner, yes. But you can see a lot of muscle that pops off this guy. And ooh, look at the hamstrings. Back lat, I like that. Or the back double, rather. I like his lats in the pose. As soon as he goes up to hit the shot, boom, he's right into it. I like that. He knows how to control those lats. Good back on this leaner man. Traps as well. So yes, it's worth getting the critiques. Like I said, he's not the thickest guy in the world. It's worth the critiques to get the actual compliments that you deserve. And he does. He's full of muscle. You never know where this bean pole could land. And look at the style. Lean, yes, but I'm gonna put this guy. He's gonna get into a decent call out for sure. With that muscle separation, that pop, that wow. Thank you very much. Who is this? Competitor number 4, Enoh. And we have competitor number 5. Look at the size of this dude. Deuce, I believe. Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, this guy's tall and thick, full of muscle. I do have some critiques, though, Mr. Tro. The camera is a little too high. It's taking away from the size of your wheels, because I can tell, I can see, those wheels are massive, but because of this camera angle, it's taken away from that. Not only that, there's a big white board up against the wall. Trimming, I guess they call it if you're a carpenter. But yes, all of that, and there was a guy calling the poses to him. This is the Invitational. You got to take this more seriously. And yeah, with this physique, with the muscle that this guy has, this perhaps could have been a higher ranked. But yes, it's not a black sheet. I went ahead and let him do it anyway. But he seemed to, the guy was calling his friend there, who we may see too. His friend was calling the shots. This is the Invitational. You should know the list of poses to hit. It's IFBB order. But having said that, This guy has a fantastic physique. Perhaps one of the better physiques that we've seen so far. And yeah, he's going to get a good placing from what I can see here. A good call out, that is. I can't tell you who's going to place where. I can kind of put it in my head where the call outs are going to be, or who's going to be in the certain call outs. And this guy here, he will be in a good one. But I just wish he had cleaned it up a bit. The camera's even tilted a little bit. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? So Tro, for next year, I would like to see pose a little bit better too. A little bit more fluidly. You're getting into the shots. I'm not saying that, but just in between. The transitions. The things of that nature. And you could perhaps win this one. And you could still, with the physique, still win this one. One of the better ones that I've seen so far. I'd like to see him against Andre. Those wheels. But like I said, Tro, seriously, man. That camera was a little bit lower. Your quads would be even bigger. You can see his friend there calling for the most muscular. You know what's last. It's a most muscular. Hey, could be new to bodybuilding. Thank you very much. And that is competitor number 5. Now on to competitor number... Oh, look at that. That's my favorite part. Oh, that could get him the win. Here is competitor number 6, Enoh. And Enoh, you're a nice guy. I'm not going to take too many cheap shots at you, because I'm not like that. But man, oh man, did he take his time. Look at this. I'm going to hit it over here. Maybe I'll hit it over here like this. Yeah, see? Maybe Marx Max Muscle will like it in this angle here. Just hit the shot. Call it a day and go on to the next pose. All right. Next pose. We're 20 minutes in. No, I'm just joking. Front lat spread. And a little more pop. We've seen some more impressive physiques, but this guy, he's coming out and showing us what he has. So, you can't knock him for that. Love the Bob Ross haircut, too. Yeah, we get it. Front lat spread. Now, finally, we move on to... What is this, the side chest? Oh, no. And I've watched this entire routine. And no, I apologize, but I'm going to speed it up. You can tell I'm speeding it up there. And still, he went into the pose like 5 or 6 or 8 times, and he just hit it, give it up. All right, sorry. It took about 5-6 minutes, I think, his routine. Here's the back double by. And I'm not knocking your physique, I know. You got a good set of traps there, I can tell you that. But you don't know where to stand, it seems. When you go into the shot, you should already have a plan. Go into one pose, maybe 2, if you have a different way of hitting it, your own individual way. But hit the regular one. Oh, look at the Jesse Ventura. Did you see that? See, if you just did that, but you're taking a little too long. And I do timestamp these, so I'm not saying you need to fast forward, no. Nice little lat spread there. Again, not really comfortable with how you're going to position your legs. Maybe get a posing coach. Or just somebody else that's into bodybuilding and tell you where to pose. Because these 4 or 5 minute posing routines, they would not allow this. They give you maybe a minute. Some of them give you, 90 seconds? Now here's the side tricep. This is the end all here. You see? Look. He's going into that. And again, hey, this physique's probably better than mine. So I'm not saying that you suck. But your posing is less than desirable. Looks like he's picking a wedgie. Looks like he had a wedgie and he's like, yeah, there it is. Meow, see? Got a hold of that wedgie, see? And it's like he can't get it. All right, get in there. Get that. and move on to the next pose, please. No, he's digging that wedgie. The judge was there. He would get on that mic and he'd say, all right, and now, enough of now. Pick your pose. Go on with it. He can't get that wedgie, is what's going on. I know that's what's going on. And it's a shame. It's a shame that he has to be critiqued in that manner when all he's doing is extra work. Guy's in fantastic condition to hit these shots that long, I can tell you that. But in that sense, save it for a real routine or a real event where you actually have to stand out there and do comparison shots over and over again. Nice little condition in the abs there. Sir. Looking down at my watch. Oh, not wearing one, but... Alright. That's the abs and thigh. I know. We get it. Oh, he's even going to give us the Bill Bonac. Yeah. That's what we're looking at, that area right there. And, the other side too. Aha. Like I said, I time-stamped this, so... You don't have to torture yourself with a 5, 6... What were you in here? I know, 5 minutes, and I fast-forwarded that side chest, and then I just figured I'll leave it. You did the work. But man, oh man. This was the end all. Are you into the most muscular yet? Please tell me you're into the most muscular. You know what it is? He wanted more airtime on the Marx Max Invitational. That's what it is. He is the Broadway show. Put him on in the center, and he'll pose all day. Okay, this has to be it. This has to be it, Enoh. And for next year, I think we're going to disqualify you. Competitor number 7, Jay. He was maybe 3rd at the first Invitational. Look at the wheels on this little horse. 5'5", not the tallest. But look at that pop. That is a type of condition that I want to see. Even condition. Not even bodybuilding, although that is a fantastic channel. A little more hamstring hang would be nice. And you would be in proportion with those calves. Love the calves. But this guy will be a serious threat. Absolutely. Look at the traps. A powerful little physique. My soul. And I love that condition. Nice lat insertions. There is something special about this physique for sure. Let's see. Yes, and I'm sure he's working on those hamstrings. Abs and thigh. That'll be next. The abs in the side tricep. Very noticeable. And those quads. The comparisons are going to be interesting to see how the other guys hold up against this man. This could be your winner. There's a couple of guys that I've seen so far. Could be the winner in this one. Now on to competitor number 8. And I was going to disqualify Johann because he didn't show his feet. I argued with him. 6'4". And I also asked him why so tall? He's an Icelander, he said. So I figured that he's 6'4", so I guess I allowed it. Because he's so bloody tall. But it's going to hurt your placings, I'll tell you that now. Can't see the feet. You got to follow the rules, guys. Not a bad physique. But being so tall, and we had a guy last year like this too. Remember his name. Not Andre. Andre's quite filled out. So this year might not be a win for this man, but like Enoh, he had the cojones to come on and show his physique. And if you're sitting at home thinking that you're better than Enoh and Johann in the physique department and you didn't show, then you're not. If you don't show, then you'll never know. And thank you, Johann. He had the cojones. Might not win, but hey. Blake, competitor number 9. We remember Blake from the first Invitational, the second event, and here he competes for his 3rd time. Ditto with Valentin. So Blake, he is a mainstay at this event. He's getting better, and I like this guy's attitude. You see, in bodybuilding, there's a lot of egos that get swelled up. Blake Hernandez, he treats it as if it's a competition. He is a competitor. So, and this physique is slowly growing and getting better. More details there. He cut his hair off. He had long hair, like me, and then he cut it off, like me. I cut mine too. Nice lats, nice back lat spread. He got a tattoo though. I didn't, I just cut my hair. No tattoo. Small midsection. Patrick Moore-esque in that side tricep. Abs and thigh. Good V-taper. Perfect V-taper there. Just a little vacuum. Most muscular. Thank you for your 3rd year in a row, Blake Hernandez. Now we are getting down to the nitty-gritty. This is Leonhard, and he is competitor number 10. The brother, of course, of Valentin Wagner. They're the Wagner brothers. He has improved. I don't know if he is as improved as his brother, but they're both definitely working on their physiques. Now, I noticed one thing. Several of you, when you gave me your entry for this competition, you can see the name of his channel down there and the writing, that graffiti. It's because you posted it on your short section. And Jay, I believe, also did. I'm not going to mark you down for that this year, but definitely for next year, just post it on the regular format, please. Because you can't get that off. I don't think you can anyway. Side tricep there. You guys remember the Wagners from the first event? They were in some sort of gymnasium. And then last year, the abs and thigh there, they competed again last year. We'll see where the Wagners place at the Marx Max Muscle Invitational. Thank you very much, Leonhard, and also Valentin, the Wagner brothers. Ooh, this is competitor number 11, Marco. 5 feet 8 inches. Black sheet in the background. He held up the sheet that said Marx Max Invitational as well. Followed all the rules. His arm disappeared there for a second, but not when he hit the shot anyway. Wearing a watch, I noticed. Not going to mark him down for that. But I'm telling you right now, if there's 2 the exact same physiques and one guy's wearing a wristwatch, one guy's not, we're going to go with the guy without the wristwatch. But having said that, we'll forgive you, Marco. Fantastic side chest here. I'm sure you are all thinking the same thing I am. This is a pretty impressive physique. Absolutely. And he is posing nice and slow. And not hanging around in each shot like somebody that we know. Enoh. How is the back? How is the back? There is the shot. A little more width in the lats. Not bad though. Pretty good. A little more size in the lower half also. Would be good, but this guy's condition, I think for this competition, it's spot on. Well, I would like to see him next to Jay though. Condition-wise, that is going to be a matchup. Couple of other guys as well. Side tricep. The wheel's looking pretty good in this shot. Maybe the hamstrings from behind. A lot of it has to do with the display also. You can see in the front shots, the quads, perfectly proportioned. Not a bad abs and thigh at all. Who is this? Marco. Marco. What a name. I'm Marx Max Muscle. I'm actually Mark, is my real name. I'm not Max. and the most muscular. Thank you very much, Marco. Wow. And with only one competitor left, oh, he's going to give it the stamp seal of approval with a tilted rear double by. Nice pose. And, ooh, a Mike Menzer. Nice. Nice way to end this one. And Tommy Helt. This guy has been a mainstay, and his physique is here to compete. I don't think I've seen him in this condition before, with this size, wheels look improved as well. Tommy Helt. Competed at the first event, and you can see he also posted his event or his routine in the short YouTube format, like the other way, so you don't have to see the name in the background. But in this case, didn't really hurt it too bad. You can still see the whole physique. How is the back? This is going to be a competitive event, ladies and gentlemen. That back right there, not bad at all. Back lat spread, traps looking good. Absolutely. Nice backdrop there. See, you take this serious, you're going to get a better placing. And for those of you who complained, I can't get a sheet, I can't get this, I can't get that, the work you put into these physiques, and you can't throw together a little this and that. You don't have to get onto a plane and fly to the venue. You just have to film it, send it in. Fantastic side tricep. He has a good condition. I believe he carved up nicely here. A lot of pop, a lot of wow. That can be a tricky thing. And carved up. So that is your final competitor. Competitor number 12, Tommy Helt. Thank you very much. And now a little bonus to end this one off with. This is what not to do. And there is several routines that I will show you guys. But this guy here, I'm not even going to show his routine. First of all, he did not hold up a sheet that said for the Marx Max Invitational. And then he didn't even hit the front double or the front lat. He began with the side chest. So I just think that was him fooling around on a camera. I don't know if this was now or 10 years ago. So I'm not even going to show the routine, but hey, thank you anyway. And here's the second guy. This is Al. And we seen his buddy earlier, Troduce. And you could see him holding up a phone. You couldn't actually see that it said Marx Max Invitational. And he is wearing shorts. And I wasn't too keen on the background to begin with. But I let Tro slide. Because he did hold up, he showed the phone that said Marx Max Invitational. But the droopy drawers in combination with not actually showing. I don't think this guy was actually practiced. Now, see, if you didn't have those droopy drawers, you could show your quads a little bit more, because as is, and look at them droopy, as is, your quads looked small because of the way your shorts are hanging down like that. And he prioritizes those arms, I'm guessing. Whoops, little stumble there. You see, I don't think he knew that he was even jumping into this event. I think it was maybe a one-off. I mean, hanging around with your friend at the gym. Yeah, sure, I'll do the Marx Max Invitational. You got to take it more seriously to get a good placing or to even be considered. But the thing of it is, this guy here, the little more lag training and proper trunks, and like I said for his buddy Tro, the camera angle's too high. All that in combination, a little more lag size. This guy really does have a future in this competition. Good, huge, big upper body. Look at the arms. So whatever you did for those, do that for your legs. Hopefully see you next year. And this guy here, Marty, it is a shame that I could not use this footage, but I have to be strict, guys. You have to understand there is rules to be followed. He's just in a gym. A good backdrop would be just nice. Now, the thing of it is, Marty, your camera's too high. It's too close to you. You have to bring it back a little bit because it much like Al, the camera's too high. It's going to take away from your lag size, and you're not going to get a fair judgment. It is little details like that. You guys are working on your dieting, your training, so minute the details. They're just, you guys are like scientists, but you can't get a setup. You can't have the camera at the right angle. You got to do all that. Because Marty, the only reason I care is because I like this physique. I think this physique absolutely would have placed high in this competition, and there will be groups of people, I'm sure. Oh, come on, Marx Max Muscle, just use the footage. No, I can't. I want this competition to get better and better every year. Not only in the physiques, but the background. How serious you guys take this. And aside from the background, and obviously the camera angle, which I would have forgiven, but you're only hurting yourself. And aside from the backdrop, it is really the only thing this guy messed up on. He held up the sheet, he did the work, and that is ultimately why I am showing these routines, because you guys did the work. So, figured I would show them, but probably not for next year. I think we're going to be even more strict. So call me a meanie pants if you want, but it is for the greater good. And here is, let me get my sheet out here. This is Josh. And obviously, he's standing in front of a big white wall. And he's pretty pale himself, so he just blends right in. And did you notice those abs? This guy's cut. Very cut. Who was the other guy earlier that we seen? He was shredded too. One of them guys, Johann maybe, or Noe. Him and Noe would have been a good little comparison. But unfortunately, it is what it is, Josh. So I apologize. But I just cannot use this in the comparison. That backdrop would stick out like a sore thumb. But kudos to your condition and muscle separation. And I was not even going to show any of these. But the fact that you guys did do the work, he's all held up the sheet that said for the Marx Max Invitational, except for Al. But I know it really did say that. But you couldn't see it. But because you guys did the work, I figured I would show it. At least show it. And if you just want to watch the competitors, then you don't have to watch the end of the video. So that makes it fair for everybody, right? What a long frame this guy has to fill out. So he is in an uphill battle. Be like me trying to play basketball. And I did. I used to try to play basketball. Gosh bless me. I was not very good. Well, it wasn't that I was no good. I'm just not built for it. Not built for it at all. Nice back there. Traps. Lats. Not bad. But you can see the poor guy with that frame. And I don't even think he's that tall, to be honest with you. So he is a lean, the tall, short guy over there. No, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how tall Josh is. But he said that he was unable to get a dark sheet for this event. So, yeah, he went through all the work, went through all the routines, just to be played at the end of this video. And disqualified. That's right, all you guys are disqualified. How does that make you guys feel? You should be proud anyway that you had the cojones to show your physique, your actual physique. So yeah, thanks again, Joshua. Perhaps the best set of abs that we've seen in this competition. And last, but most certainly not least, in the disqualified bodybuilders, this is Kenneth. He competed last year. He's a mainstay, and he almost nailed it. I felt bad. I was going to put him in anyway. His sheet's not as white as that guy's wall, but it's still a pretty light sheet. I did allow it last year. He's going through all the poses perfectly, A less than desirable way of hitting the side chest, maybe. You stick out that chest. Show us, what you have. The big man's chest. Show it. Nice muscles in the back. Double biceps, too. So it is a shame. This guy, out of all the ones that were disqualified, this guy was the most qualified, for sure. Had the sheet. Just fish yourself up a dark sheet for next year, Kenneth. The amount of work you do to put food on the plate. You can't get a sheet. Go to one of them Woolworth or whatever. Couple of bucks. You could have won 500 Canadian. But thank you, Kenneth. You're a good man. And that's it, folks. Who will join the likes of Austin Rivera and Don Trevius? Trey Hulk. Trey Ballard. Don Trevius Ballard. So yes, it is going to be tomorrow. I will do the first, second, and perhaps third, maybe even fourth callouts. A couple of comparisons, video comparisons, perhaps some screenshots. It is going to be a battle. Hit thumbs up, folks, and let me know. Who do you have winning this competition? Have a great one.